This is Mount Marvelous. These are the rambly babblings of a middle-aged man. Because this is Bunzy's Vlog! Hurrah! Hello and welcome to Bunzy's Vlog. A vlog full of intrigue and scares and mystification.
To be honest, it isn't. I was just trying to do another one of my highly tense opening sequences, which again didn't really work, did it? Every time I try and sort of start Bunzy's vlog, I try and do something a bit different because I'm sort of searching for the ultimate opening. But again, I just end up looking like an idiot, don't I? Yes. Regular viewers, hello. Newbies, yes. This is the idiot you're listening to. Talking of idiocy, this morning I had an epiphany. A lot of epiphanies most days. Sometimes 2 or 3 epiphanies. A plethora of epiphanies I have. My epiphany was this. I was eating my shreddies, as you do. Lovely shreddies. Obviously they weren't invisible shreddies. This is like a reconstruction, isn't it? Lovely shreddies. And to be honest, normally I use my right hand, but I'm using this hand so the shot's better. Lovely shreddies these. Really very tasty. They weren't invisible, they were real shreddies, but just imagine the tastiness of those shreddies that I was eating this morning. And this is in no way sponsored or endorsed by shreddies, because I don't get that many views, to be honest, so no one's willing to pay me for the sort of tripe that I come up with. Not that these were tripe flavoured shreddies. Oh no, these are just normal, invisible shreddies that I was eating this morning. Lovely shreddies. Oh dear, I appear to have spilled the invisible shreddy milk down my shirt. But it doesn't matter, does it?
Because it's invisible, so therefore leaves no stain. Huzzah!
Anyway, I was eating my shreddies this morning, which again weren't invisible, real ones, of course, naturally. I'm not an idiot. I thought to myself, global flooding. There's a lot of it, isn't it? A lot of water about in the world. We've had a lot of flooding recently. And then I thought to myself, actually, we have flooding every single year, don't we? We have flooding, usually in the West Country, sometimes in other places like Norfolk, places like that. I was thinking, it doesn't matter how much flooding we have, by May, there's a hosepipe ban, isn't there? There's a hosepipe ban because the water companies are rubbish. They're rubbish. And I thought to myself, water flooding, water shortages. How do I solve this global issue? From the privacy and the comfort of my own home, thus bringing problems across the world to an end to do with water. And then I thought to myself, it's easy, isn't it? To solve global flooding, all we have to do, really, is build a bucket. And you're probably thinking, what's he talking about? A bucket?
Hey son, how's a bucket gonna help, right? Because I've got a bucket outside, I'll give you a bucket, alright? You come round here with your ideas of solving global flooding with a bucket, you mag.
Stick with me, made up Cockney man, and I will tell you how we solve global flooding with a bucket. It's not going to be an ordinary bucket, is it? I suggest this. We build a giant bucket somewhere around Britain. Let's pick somewhere at random. The Isle of Man! Yeah, the Isle of Man would be a brilliant place to build a big bucket. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, firstly, why the Isle of Man? I'll tell you why the Isle of Man, my friends, I'll tell you. Because it has the motorbike track round the outside, doesn't it? That's what it's famous for. What's in the middle of the Isle of Man track? I'll tell you. Nothing! There's nothing there! It's a load of rubbish, isn't it? Alright, let's calm down here because I don't want to cause a war between Great Britain and the Isle of Man. Nobody wants that, do they? Nobody wants bloodshed. Yeah, the Isle of Man, what's in the middle of it? It's got a lovely motorbike track round the outside. I'm guessing in the middle there's some cattle, some lovely fields, maybe a few villages and towns, just a few, not much. Someone's got to pay the price for the big bucket that I'm going to build, yeah, to solve global flooding. So I say, the Isle of Man. I've picked you. I'm sorry if you live on the Isle of Man. It's tough. You're going to be evicted, otherwise you're going to be flattened with a giant bucket. I'm going to build a giant bucket on the Isle of Man. Every time it floods anywhere around Britain or beyond, we can charge other countries for this service. Every time it floods anywhere in the world, we get lots of little buckets, fill them up, and we put the water from them in the big bucket that's on the Isle of Man. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, surely to solve global flooding, Johnny, this bucket's going to be massive. Oh yes, it's going to be a big bucket. When I think big, I think big. And you're probably thinking, how big, Johnny? How big is a bucket going to be that's going to solve global flooding? A bucket that goes all the way to the moon, son! We fill it with water every time it floods. Slowly it'll fill up, but obviously the sea level's going to go down a bit until eventually we're going to have the perfect sea level. Yeah, we don't want to take it down too far because I don't know if you've ever been to Western Supermare. Not enough water! You go for a seaside holiday, you have to walk 14 miles before you can even dip your toe in. I'm just saying, we lower the water a bit so everyone's happy. Even polar bears, they're getting upset about this because like these polar ice caps are melting. Polar bears are swimming off looking for a seal for breakfast and then they realise they've got nowhere to eat it, have they? And then they drown. Nobody's happy with that. Nobody wants to see a polar bear drown. And as for the seals, they're just going to take over the world if we don't solve this global flooding issue. So I suggest we build a massive bucket on the Isle of Man. Every time it rains too much, take some water, put it in the bucket. Keep building the bucket up, yeah? We're building the bucket, everyone's happy, more water in the bucket, eh? Hey, sea level's starting to go down, no more flooding in Somerset, everyone's a winner, cushy. And you're going to love this. Not only is it going to solve global flooding, but it's also going to make Great Britain the world's biggest superpower. And you're probably thinking, how is it going to make us the world's biggest superpower, you glass-wearing beardy fool? Well, I'll tell you. If you sit comfortably and wait, stop being so impatient. I'm trying to help you here. I'm not just here to talk rubbish. Well, obviously I am here to do that. But, you know, for anyone else, shh. Britain will become the world's greatest superpower because one, will be in control of a lot of water. A lot. And I'm talking loads. This bucket's going to be so massive, we can build hotels around the outside of it. We can have resorts around it. Now, obviously it'll be a bit high up and you're going to have to walk up a lot of stairs, so it's not going to be great for old people. Bear with me, we can build some elevators and escalators. And two, if any country in the world starts to get a bit feisty, you know, because they do, don't they? These countries get a bit feisty. I got some guns, I quite like to look at that country over there, I'm going to invade it. Get out, army, let's go and invade that country. Oh, I want that country, yeah, got loads of oil, ain't they? Yeah, let's go on, son, let's go get it. Yeah, any country that causes trouble, what we do, and keep this quiet, just open the valve. Yeah. We open the little valve. Yeah, and what happens? You've seen what happens with a water cannon in a riot. You've seen the sort of water pressure you can achieve. Imagine the water pressure you can achieve with a bucket, sorry for spitting, a bucket that goes all the way to the moon! Ooh, ah, splosh, bush, smash, smosh, drip. Open that valve, the water level's high, we can fire that water anywhere in the world in a big arc. We can wipe those troublemakers right off the planet. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is, if Great Britain builds a giant bucket, or a bucket, they can build a bucket as well. Doesn't matter. You know, I'm open to ideas. Whatever they decide to build, we solve global flooding, we solve the ice caps melting, we help the polar bears, don't we? Admittedly, seals are still going to be an issue, but, you know, I can't do everything in one vlog, can I? I'll work on it, yeah? And also, we're pretty much going to stop all known war. Let me know what you think. Should we build a giant bucket that goes all the way to the moon on the Isle of Man? I believe the answer is yes. And if you're with me, vote yes. Yes! Build the bucket, save the world. Thank you for watching. Bye.